Hello everyone, welcome back to the Blue Cube channel. As a continuation of our Adobe Animate animation tutorials, in this video, I'll teach you how to rotate a character's head, and in the next lesson, I'll teach you how to rotate the character's body. Please subscribe to my channel to watch upcoming videos. Alright, first, I need to import a sketch to use as a reference for rotating the character's head. You can either download this sketch from the internet or you can draw a character yourself on paper from different angles, take pictures, and import them into the software to start designing. So I'm going to use this image I've already downloaded on my computer. So I'll drag and drop it onto the Adobe Animate stage. Using the free transform tool while holding the Shift key, I'll make it a bit larger. This size seems about right. To make things a little easier, I want to darken the image. So I'll come to the frame panel, and with this layer selected, I'll close this section. Under Color Effect and Brightness, I'll reduce the brightness a bit to make it easier to work. Now, since I'll be doing a lot of designing, I want to rearrange the panels. Rearranging the panels we'll be working with will give us a better result. I'll go to the timeline, click and hold the left mouse button, drag it, and release it when the area turns blue. You can see that the timeline is now placed here. I'll drag it from here and place it here like this. Next, in the output section, I'll click on these three lines here and select Close Group to close this section as well. The tools are also here. I'll click and drag them here like this and make this area a little smaller. Now we can see the layers more easily and do our design work. I'll lock this layer, which is the sketch layer. I'll create a new layer. I'll name this layer Girl. Now, I want to design the face from the front view. I'll come here and zoom in on this section like this. Next, from the Shapes section, I'll select the Oval tool. I'll hold the Shift key and create a circle like this. I'll double-click on it and place it here. To change its color, I click on Fill, then click here, and I note the color code for the skin tone, E8BEAC. Click here like this to get this skin tone. I'll double-click. The fill and stroke are selected. I'll switch to Create Object mode to move the fill and stroke together. I'll try to adjust the shape like this. I'll make it a bit smaller from this corner. I'll hold the Alt key like this. Usually, our sketches aren't perfectly symmetrical, left and right. Let me click here to see only the outline. See, they aren't very symmetrical. We have to create some kind of symmetry ourselves. For example, here, it's suitable and okay. I'll click on this option again to see the inside color. With the free transform tool, I'll select everything and press F8. I'll convert it to a symbol. I'll name it Head, and with the graphic option selected, I'll click OK like this. Now, while I'm on the girl layer, I'll double-click here to enter the head symbol. You see, I now have one scene. I double-clicked and entered the head symbol. Here, I'll select this again. I'll name it Heads. I'll add an S at the end to indicate that different heads will be placed on this layer. To help you understand, I'll create another layer. I'll name it Body so you know that the body layers will be placed here, and the head layers will be placed here. Layers like the left arm and right leg. I've now created this head layer in this section. I want to place all the head layers inside this layer. So I'll come back, select this, and press F8 again. I'll name this head one so the names are different and to create some separation. They are in graphic mode, and I'll click OK like this. Now we have both body and heads. I'll double-click on the heads layer again and enter the head one section that we just created. It might be a little confusing at first, but you need to practice several times to fully understand the concept. Now, in the head one layer, which is a symbol, I'll name this layer Face. I'll create a number of layers like this here. You must name these layers. For instance, I'll write Mouth here. In the next layer, I'll write Nose. The next layer, I'll write eye for eyes. The next layer, I'll write eyelid. This layer I'm writing is very important and must be followed. Here I'll also write pupil. Here I'll write eyebrow. The next layer, I'll write hair. Okay, I'll put a hyphen here. Hair underscore L for the left side. Here again, I'll write hair, put a space, and hair underscore R for the hair on the right side and another layer for hair underscore back. I'll place the layer for the back hair under the face layer like this. Okay, I'll click on this option for the face layer to see only its outline and lock it like this. I'll select the mouth layer. I'll easily use the line tool here and create a line, and with the selection tool, I'll move it downwards. I want to design very quickly and won't get into details for now. For example, we can create the mouth shape like this. Then I'll move to the nose layer. I'll select oval here and create an oval like this and move it a bit lower to this section. For now, I'll lock these two layers. I'll go to the eye layer here. For the eye layer, I'll select the line tool again. I'll create a line like this. I'll hold Shift to keep the line straight. This length is almost suitable for me. I'll use the selection tool to move it down like this. This much is suitable because our character's eyes are a bit elongated. This is good. I'll select it again. I'll press Ctrl C, then Ctrl V, and move it upwards like this. I'll right-click, go to Transform, and select Flip Vertical here to reverse its orientation. I'll place this one below like this. I should move it a bit higher. We can also zoom in a bit more here so you can see better. We can click on these three lines. Using the width tool we covered in the previous lessons, make the edges of the lines slightly thinner. I don't want to waste too much time now, but we can do this here with the tools we know. Now, I'll select it again with the free transform tool. I'll convert these into an object. I'll select this one too. I'll convert it into an object here, and I'll select the top one again. I'll adjust these and place them on top of each other like this so they are aligned and sort of intersect. Now I'll select both of them. I'll convert them into an object here like this. I'll select the Paint Bucket tool. I'll choose white color for it like this. They must intersect here so we can color the inside. Like this. Let me also click this so I can see the inside. And now I'll hold the Alt key. I'll make this smaller. I'll also hold the Alt key from here and adjust these like this. Now I'll select one eye. I'll hold Alt and take a copy of it here. I'll right-click, select Transform, and flip horizontal to reverse it so these two corners are similar and aligned. Okay, as I said, our sketch isn't perfect. We need to refine our sketch a bit. Okay, for now, I'll also lock this layer I've created. I'll go to the pupil section and create a circle like this. I'll select it, delete its stroke. I'll make its color black, or any other color you like. It's a matter of preference. I'll place the eye here. It needs to be a bit larger. I'm on the eyelid layer. I'll hold Alt from this and place this eye here like this. As we said, for now, we're creating it simply to get to the details later. Right now, I only want to teach you the head movement and rotation. Okay, I did this on the eyelid layer. Look, I've created these. I'll press Ctrl X. I'll go to the pupil layer, press Ctrl V, and adjust them again. I'll place them here like this. Okay, I'll name this eyelid option eyelid in English so all the names are consistent. I don't want to create the eyelid yet. I'll create it in later lessons. I'll go to the eyebrow section and select the brush or line tool and draw like this. Okay, let me change this to normal mode. I'll set the brush size to 4 and try to create the eyebrow like this. Using the lasso tool, which I taught before, I'll make this a bit thinner from here. I'll select the whole thing and convert it to an object like this. Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V. Right-click, transform, flip horizontal, and for now, I'll place it here. Okay, I'll lock this layer that was created. I'll go to the left hair, hair_L, and here, I'll create the hair for the character. Let me set the line size to 1. I'll draw a line from here to here and from here to here, and I'll close it like this. Okay, let's delete the other layers for now. I'll only leave this layer so we can work on it like this. After drawing the shape like this, I'll select it with the Fill Transform tool, convert it to an object. With the Paint Bucket tool, I'll come here and click. I'll choose a fill color for it here, and for example, I'll choose an orange color here like this. If I select this again, I'll press Ctrl-C. I'll turn on the layer above it, which is for the right hair. I'll press Ctrl-V like this. Again, transform and flip horizontal like this. Well, you can see they don't match very well because our sketch wasn't very neat. I'll move these away, I'll change them a bit like this. I'll place it here. Okay, now I'll turn on the face. I'll see how the work looks. I'll turn on the other layers too. I'll activate the ruler. I'll check where the eyes and eyebrows aren't aligned, and I see that everything is pretty much aligned. But our head is a bit crooked because our sketch isn't good. I'll open the layers here and change them a bit. I'll also fix the hair a little here like this. This is almost suitable for us. Now I'll create a new layer for the ear as well, and with the line tool, I'll turn off another layer again like this, except for the ear layer, and I'll create the character's ear like this. I'll adjust them. Let me select the whole thing better now, convert it to an object, and now I'll also give it a color. And I'll activate its color to pick the color from the face with the dropper like this. On this same layer, I'll select it, and with the brush tool, I want to create the line for the ear on it as well like this. This is almost suitable for me. I'll bring it down a bit. I'll select the whole thing. I'll convert all of them to an object again, and we'll move this a bit further in like this. I'll also place it below the face layer like this so it goes underneath. Okay, I'll select it again. I'll hold the Alt key. I'll take a copy of it. Right-click, transform, and flip horizontal, and I'll place it here as well like this. Again, we'll test with the ruler to make sure they are aligned. Now I'll turn on all the layers again. Okay, to make it better, we should move it a bit more inwards and this one a bit higher. Okay, now I'll zoom out from my sketch a bit. Now we want to create a side view for the character, meaning we want to create the character's head from the side. But we don't need to repeat all these steps. I'll create a folder at the top here. I'll name it head_front, and I'll click here. If you've noticed, I haven't converted any of the layers to symbols yet. Okay, now I'll select all the layers here and drag them and place them in the folder layer like this. They will be placed inside. Now I'll click here, hold Shift. I'll click on one of the layers. I'll right-click. You see that all the layers are selected now. Pay attention, and I'll select Copy Layers. I'll create a new layer or a new folder. I'll right-click here and select Paste Layers to copy all the layers for me again. We'll select all of them and place them in the new folder again like this. I'll name it head_side for example. I'll lock this layer related to our front view head, and I'll click here with the free transform tool like this, and I'll move this in this direction. Pay attention that all the layers should be open here so the movement is created correctly for us. Okay, I'll place this in this section. Now, why haven't we converted any layer to a symbol yet? So that when I want to, for example, delete or move a part. Let me zoom in a bit. For example, if I move this part here, this part won't move. But if it were converted to a symbol, this part and this view of the head would be affected. Okay, let me also open this ear. I'll move this ear a bit. It's better to be a bit outwards. Okay, I'll lock this too. I'll select this layer. It's better to be a bit outwards. Now, if you pay attention, let me remove the layers. You see we have one eye, one eyebrow, a bit of the mouth left, and one side of the hair. So I'll turn this on again. I'll delete this part of the hair. We don't need it. I don't need this eye either. I'll zoom in. I'll click this option for the face to see better. Okay, I'll select the nose. Let me lock the face for now. I'll select the nose. I'll rotate it a bit and place it here. I'll move it a bit so it's not too round. I'll also select the character's eye here. I'll come here. I generally made the eye a bit bigger. I think it's better. I'll also come and place the character's eyebrow here. With the line tool, I'll create another mouth from here like this. In future lessons, I'll tell you how the mouth changes and is designed in this state. I'll also select the ear and place it here. Its position is almost suitable, but I have to double-click. I'll select this part. I'll delete it like this and also correct this a bit. Okay, I'll go back to the head section. I'll delete this character's hair. I'm on the layer. I'll come and can easily design it from here again. There's no need for any other work at all like this, and I'll close this here. I'll lock all the layers except this layer and select it so only this layer is selected. I'll convert it to an object. I'll apply some changes to it. You see that the hair should be a bit higher than the head like this. I'll also improve this a bit here. You can create some changes here yourself based on your preference. Okay, I'll also select the paint bucket tool. I'll click, and it will be colored here like this. Now I'll open the layer related to the back hair here and I'll hide the rest of the layers for now and only keep this one open. It's for the back hair. I'll come back in with the line tool. I'll create my sketch here like this and finally, I'll close this here. Again, I'll correct this a bit with the selection tool. See how simply you can work with these tools that I've taught you all before. Here too, like this. This is almost suitable here, just remember that the points must touch so we can color them. I'll select the whole thing here. I'll convert it to an object, and here we can now color it with the paint bucket like this. It's okay if we create another layer for this part as well so it's not too different. It's all in the head layer and they will move together when moving. Let me turn this off for now. I'll stay on this layer, and I'll also correct this with the line tool like this, and I'll fix this a bit like this, and with the free transform tool, we must select the whole thing. Let me select its layer, and the whole thing will be selected. I'll convert it to an object, and I'll color this too. For this state, I'll also come here and select the rectangle primitive for the hair clip. I'll set this value here to 150 for the rounded corners and create this like this. I'll choose a color for it, for example, red, or a different color, green for example. I'll make it a bit smaller and place it here, for example, as a hair clip. Now we'll turn on all the layers. I'll also click this so I can see inside the head. You see that the layer related to the head is in front, and we must place this hair layer in front of the head or face. I'll place this at the top like this. Okay, this ear layer is also empty here. We must also go and place the ear layer above the face here to be visible, and I'll adjust it a bit. This is okay here. Okay, let me unlock them. I'll check what the situation is here. Okay, it's suitable. You can see that we've created two head views. The same process can be repeated to create other head angles as well. So, to keep the video from getting too long, go ahead and design the back view of the character yourself. Once you've designed all the head views and organized them into separate folders, like I did here, you can double-click again. Notice that I now have two folders. Let's go back to the main scene. If I double-click the head, you'll see that the head and body parts are inside. And if I double-click again on the head layer, I can access the head folders. Now, I select this folder, right-click, and choose Convert to Symbol. I confirm, give it the name side, and press OK. You'll see a symbol created here. I do the same for the front view. I select it, right-click, choose Convert to Symbol, name it Front, and confirm. So now I have two symbols, one for the front view and one for the side view. I delete the head layers from the stage to clean things up. Then I go to the library. Here you can see the two symbols we just created, front and side. From the library, I drag the front symbol onto the stage and position it carefully. Then I drag the side symbol onto the stage and adjust it so the head layers overlap correctly. You can also create 4, 5, or more head views if you like. I can even create another layer here, name it side_right. From the library, I right-click on side, choose duplicate symbol, and Animate creates a copy, for example, side_copy. I place the symbol on the new layer. Then I right-click, go to Transform, and choose Flip Horizontal. Now we have the mirrored version of the side view. It's that simple. Next, I unlock everything, expand the layers, and move the front layer to the top. I drag the side layer here, and the mirrored side layer there. Now you can see how we can switch between these head views easily. I select these two temporary layers and delete them. Then I go back into the head symbol. Inside the heads, in the Properties panel under Object, I open the Frame Picker. You'll see that the different head states are now available here, and you can easily switch between them. For example, if I extend the timeline by adding frames, let me widen it so you can see. You'll notice that the head states change along the way. If I go to Object and enable Play Single Frame, now I can move forward on the timeline, and at each point I can switch the head state from the frame picker. So at frame 10 I choose one head view, at frame 20 I choose another, and so on. In the main scene, if I extend the number of frames on the girl layer, you'll see that the head animates between the different views we created. Why does this happen? Because we set up the switching system for the head views, and Animate shows it to us in the main scene by changing the head states accordingly. In future lessons, I will show you how to animate the character's face so that it speaks, shows different expressions, and blinks. We will also create the body and animate it. For now, practice what we have done in this lesson thoroughly. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Until the next video, goodbye for now.